We've all dreamed of life of riches and wealth. But even if you're rich and rolling on money, there are still some things that even the richest people think twice about before buying. It doesn't matter how much they like splurging on extravagant things, the wealthiest people on earth might still leave those things alone. There are some of the most expensive items on earth. Ready to see them? Let's get it on. Diamond shoes. Women are stereotypically known for spending way too much money on shoes, so it might surprise you to learn that the most expensive pair of shoes in the world actually belongs to a man. And the man is Nicky Cannon, aka Mariah Carey's once husband. He wore the shoes on America's Got Talent, so you might have spotted them. They're just as flashy as you would expect, but how much can a pair of shoes really cost anyway? $2 million is the answer. That's a pair of shoes worth more than most of us even wish to get if we win the lotto. The things that makes them so expensive is at least something associated with wealth. Diamonds. 40,000 of them to be exact. 40,000 full-cut round white diamonds, which is a phrase I'm actually not wealthy enough to fully understand. So, those are 340 carat shoes, or about 20 times more carats than your engagement ring, if you got really lucky. They're Tom Ford shoes, in case you were wondering, but it probably doesn't matter what they're underneath the diamonds. I think it's safe to say most of us really aren't part of the world. Super yacht. Of course, these days, the true sign of super rich isn't huge mansions, but super yacht. So, if you're really going to put money on display, you need the world's most expensive one. It's named as the Eclipse, and it's worth about $1.5 billion. It's a 163 meters long piece of floating luxury. They must know something we don't, because it's surprisingly militaristic. It has a submersible, which basically means mini submarine, 2 helipads, 3 launch boats, and a German-built missile defense system. It also features laser defense against any paparazzi trying to photograph the rich and famous guests, of which there might be many, since the yacht features 24 guest suites. They will surely be there for the luxurious parts of the yacht, like the cinema, disco, 2 swimming pools, hair salon, and a restaurant, rather than for the missile defense. Bugatti hypercar. Everyone knows the Bugatti is synonymous with wealth, but everything expensive is always trying to outdo itself to become the most expensive thing, and Bugatti has done just that. Their new hypercar, La Voiture Noire, was sold recently for $18.7 million, making it the most expensive new car ever sold. So, what's so special about it? Well, for one, it looks like the world's greatest Batmobile. Seriously, you can hear Bruce Wayne's card swiping when you look at it, and it could work as a Batmobile too, because there's actually one in the whole world, and there will never be another, but that's not good enough for the price tag. So, it has every feature you could wish for in a hypercar. It has a 16-cylinder, 8-liter quad-turbo engine, 6 exhaust pipes, and a carbon fiber body, so of course it goes from 0 to 100 in 2.5 seconds, and has a maximum speed of 421 km per hour. What more could you ask for? Hotel suite. Now, we're going to crush your dreams. If you're thinking that just because you can't afford to buy this kind of luxury, that doesn't mean you can rent it, you're wrong. The world's most expensive hotel room will cost you $100,000 per night, and you have to stay for 2. It's called the Empathy Suite, as in no human can have any empathy for the guests in this suite. It was designed by the controversial contemporary artist Damien Hirst, and it doubles as a museum of his work. But for a price like that, art can be the only attraction. You also get 24 hours butler service, chauffeur, game room, massage chairs, a gym, a private guided tour for all the artworks in the suite, and $10,000 credit to use at the casino. Luckily, you might not have to pay for it alone, because you can seat 52 people across its stories, including a 13-seater bar, still only bathrooms though, and even divided by 52 people, it's still too much money for us. Private island. The true test of a rich person is, of course, if they own a private island or not. And you know what island I love to buy rich people? The Bahamas, of course. So, if you're going to buy a private island to prove to everyone just how rich you really are, you should probably buy the largest private island in the Bahamas, Blue Island. It comes with all the things you need for a luxury island getaway, of course. You get the huge beach house style mansion that allows you to look over the top of the trees all the way to the ocean. The guest house, the swimming pool, over 3 miles of white sand beaches with their crystal blue waters and the customary private jet, and accompanying landing strip that just beautifully out into the sea. You've probably worked out that all that is gonna cost you. It's about $95 million. That's too much luxury for you and I. Mansion in Bel Air. Okay, so maybe you don't wanna hold islands. You're just looking for a mansion that lets you flaunt your wealth for everyone to see. So go to Los Angeles, home of the rich and famous, and up to Bel Air, where you'll find America's most expensive home. This mansion at 924 Bel Air Road was once going for eye-watering $250 million. That's right, you could have almost bought 3 of those islands for the same price at this house. It's gorgeous though, I'll give you that, and it sure is fitted with an excessive amount of luxury, including a helicopter that can actually fly. Unfortunately, I never had enough money to explain you why would someone want that. It also has an 85-feet infinity pool, a bowling alley, a movie theater, a wall of candy dispenser, which I definitely do understand wanting. The 2 wine cellars and the 5 bars might be excessive though. Bulletproof SUV. We, normal people, shouldn't really be looking at the mansions and super yachts this billionaire own, though we can even afford their SUVs. The Carman King is the most expensive SUV on the market, retailing for an insane $2 million, which is particularly interesting since it's built upon a Ford F-550. Really, they're going for anywhere between $1.9 million at their most basic to a $3.5 million for a fully equipped version. Aside from the fact that it's armored and bulletproof, it also has customary luxury elements like recliners, a coffee maker, champagne floats, and a huge TV. That's tight. This car has a better lounge than your actual living room in your house. Of course, add an extra money for things like gold trim and custom upholstery, but with a coffee maker as a standard in a car, I'm not sure gold will make much of a difference. The most expensive limo. So, what happens when you're a billionaire but still fancy a road trip? You didn't put all the time and effort into making all that money just to be stuck in a cramped RV with a 1-inch thick sponge mattress and no wine fridge. But you still long for the old days of being out on the road. Well, as always, there's a solution, but it will cost you. Meet the Elysian Furion. It's essentially a mansion on wheels, worth a whopping $2.5 million. But you sure do get a lot of luxury for that money. To start, it has a fully equipped high-tech kitchen with a double-door fridge freezer, an oven, convection microwave, dishwasher, and simple wine fridge for all your favorite vintages. Of course, there aren't just the 2 fridges as this draw, there are 3 75-inch TVs too. It also has a water-saving shower, a fireplace which is really more luxury than you can expect from any vehicle, a rooftop jacuzzi, and a helicopter. Nothing flashy though, just a 2-person helicopter. Haircuts. We all need one. Sure, there are some people who think they don't, or that think they can do perfectly by themselves, but it's a casual necessity for all of us. The rest is up to you, like whether you go every 3 months or every year, and how much you spend. What's the most you ever spend on a haircut though? $30? $50? However much it is not as much or as often as Floyd Mayweather. He pays $1,000 per haircut. But that's only half the crazy story. He pays that much for every haircut and he doesn't even have hair. He has more than one of those $1,000 haircuts every week, 2 or 3 times a week actually. Ever pay $3,000 a week on your hair? I didn't think so. All those thousands don't even include hair care products. We probably don't want to know. Private submarine. So, now that you're a millionaire, you've decided your ideal hobby is jet skiing. But on a practical level, what you really need is a submarine, so that you can escape from your evil lair via the moat in case of emergencies. Well, now there's a vehicle that can do both of those things. It's called the Sea Breacher and has even been brilliantly disguised, so your enemies attempting to breach your stronghold will think there's a shark or a killer whale on your moat. If you're thinking you couldn't ask for anything more than that, hold on. It seats 2 people, so you can take your butler with you, and it's fast, like really fast. It can go 80 km per hour above the water and 40 km per hour below the surface, and it can jump 3.6 meters into the air. There's also a snorkel-mounted camera that transmits live video to you, GPS navigation, and stereo with iPod docking, all for $80,000. Really expensive snacks. Here's another thing you would never think could be out of your price range: ice cream. I don't care if it's a sundae, it can possibly be worth that much, except for this $1,000 sundae. Of course you wanna know what's in it, we all do, and the list is pretty extensive. 3-scoop Tahitian vanilla ice cream, made with vanilla imported from Madagascar and covered in a 23-karat gold leaf that is topped with almonds. Chocolate imported from Tuscany, candied fruit imported from Paris, and caviar, which is surely only there because it's expensive. Unless your taste buds change when you get rich and you suddenly start liking seafood with your ice cream. It's all served on a $350 Baccarat crystal goblet lined with even more gold, and topped off with a sugar arcade that takes 8 hours to make. At least we can rest assured that we regular people still have access to ice cream, even if it's not coated in more gold than we'll ever even lay eyes on. But even if you have so much money lying around that you felt that $1,000 isn't really that much money for some ice cream, we'll go one better. How about $5,000 for a burger? Its contest really like a list of luxury ingredients. The most important part, the patty, is made from Wagyu beef, one of the most expensive and sought after kinds of the meat that you can get, that's topped with seafood, foie gras, and shaving of black truffle, and comes with a side of fries. Because no matter how wealthy you get, everyone loves fries. That luxurious meal is served with a bottle of 1995 Chateau Petrus from Bordeaux in France, which is one of the most prized and expensive wines on earth, and a large part of the price of the burger. Shame, most of us will never get to try it. That's all for today, fellas. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It helps our job a lot. Thanks for watching and see you later.